Repeater's Autograph by Jason Isbell, I believe, is played in open G tuning. There are no videos of him playing this yet, so I'm having to speculate, but open G tuning makes a lot of sense to me in how to play it. If you don't know what open G tuning is, you drop your 6th string to a D, you drop your 5 string, which is usually at an A, you drop it to a G, your 3 string stays at a D, your 4 string. Your 4 string stays at a D. Your 3 string stays at a G. Your 2 string stays at a B. And your 1 string gets dropped to a D. So that whenever you strum across all the strings, technically what we've got there is like a G chord of some sort. Alright, the song, I'm playing it finger-picked. I will say, I could totally see Jason Isbell doing a hybrid picking where he's using an actual guitar pick to keep the moving 1 and 2 and on the lower strings while simultaneously picking with his free 2nd finger. In fact, I'm almost certain that that's what he's doing now that I actually try that. But for me, it's easier. It's easier with no pick. It's easier to just finger pick it. So the opening chord, you're going to put your first finger down on the 2-string 3 fret, and your thumb will be plucking the open 5 string. Your 2nd finger will pluck the 2 string. You're going to pinch it. So down with your thumb, up with your 2nd finger simultaneously. Now after that, your thumb begins doing work that you've got to keep doing pretty much the entire during the entire verse, which is alternating between open 5 and open 4. And eventually the 4 does get fretted, but your thumb basically keeps doing this. And your first finger is going to split the difference on usually the 3rd string. So your thumb is going 5, 4, 5, and then your first comes in on the 3, and your thumb hits the 4 again. So 5, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, 3. Thumb, 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 first thumb, thumb, first thumb, first thumb. So after the first, you then put your pinky finger down on the 2-string 5 fret and pinch again, and pull off your pinky finger immediately to where your first finger still needs to be on the 2-string 3 fret. And then you go, that's thumb on the 4th string, first finger on 3 string open, and then 2nd finger on the 2 string where your first finger still is. After that, your first finger slides down 2 frets to the 2-string 1 fret, and your 2nd finger will go down on the 4-string 2 fret. And you're going to pinch that as much of that chord as you can between the 5 string and the 2 string. And then your thumb goes back alternating 5, 4, 5, 4, and then in this chord, your 2nd finger then has to, and this is the most difficult chord of the song, your 2nd finger needs to fall down 1 fret. So that ultimately you've got your 2nd finger on the 4-string 2 fret, an open 3 string, and your first finger on the 2-string 1 fret. I'm sorry, your 2nd finger is on the 4-string 1 fret. I may have misspoken. Open 3 string and first finger on the 2-string 1 fret. And in this chord, whenever you get to it, and I'll kind of back up and make this hopefully a little bit clearer in just a second, you're going to repeat that kind of pinky riff that you did earlier in that D chord. You're going to put your pinky finger down on the 3-string, you're going to put your pinky finger down on the 2-string 3 fret, pinch, pull off with your pinky finger to where your first finger still is on the 2-string 1 fret, and then you'll go thumb on the 5 string, first finger on the 3 string, 2nd finger on the 2 string, and then open up the chord to open 5, open 3, open 2, open 1. Okay, I'm jumping in right here real quick after having already edited this video down to give another idea about how possibly make the slide. Instead of making that slide with your second finger and leaving your first finger planted where it was on the second string first fret, because that is a very awkward movement to make, it might be easier and make more sense to slide down with your second finger while picking your first finger off the second string and then putting your ring finger down on the second string 1 fret and making that shape. So you're moving from the A minor 7 shape to slide with your second finger and then ring finger down on the 2 string 1 fret. You would pluck that again, and then the bad part about this is that it does, I think, make the reach with your pinky a little bit more difficult. But that's another thought of how to approach that. So very slowly we've got so that second finger slides down right there to the 4 string 2 fret, to the 4 string 1 fret. And then sometimes you can hear Jason Isbell hit the 1 string 5 fret with his probably pinky before going back into listen to that slide with your second finger, because it's kind of happening in between your pinches. So pinch, thumb, slide, pinch again, and then open it back up. Very difficult riff, and it's difficult for me to really even explain properly in a way that makes sense what to do. I mean, those are where your fingers need to be. The rhythm is really kind of tricky to get that slide right. What I would encourage you to do is, once you kind of, I just showed you what fingers should be doing in this tuning, put on the recording and just play it on loop until eventually your right hand will click into motion and your left hand will also click into motion, kind of like magic, probably after a lot of intentional practice on that. But once you get that riff, whenever the lyrics come in, it gets a little bit easier. Because the riff doesn't happen inside of the chords. It's just the this first chord, which is a G chord, first finger on the 2 string 3 fret, and you just do the just the chord down to then the second chord, which is like an A minor 7 shape, but it's the same chord as before. Slide your second finger down, and then open up. So it's the exact same right hand motion and chord progression as we were doing, but what we're doing is in the verse during the singing, we eliminate the and the like the pinky parts to it. Whenever we get to the chorus will be a lot easier because it's chord formations. The first chord is an A minor, which we're going to make differently because we're in an alternate tuning, but your second finger is going to go down on the 5 string 2 fret, your ring finger goes down on the 4 string 2 fret, you'll have an open 3 string, and your first finger goes down on the 2 string 1 fret. You'll strum from the 5 string down. And that's the strumming pattern that I'm doing. If we were with a pick, it would be like down, 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 up, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up for these chords. So, A minor, it walks to the C chord, which we will make by moving with our pinky finger or ring finger or whatever's comfortable for you to the 5-string 4th fret, and then pull up to the 5-string 5th fret with your first finger now coming down on the 2-string 3 fret, and that's our C chord. You want to avoid the open 6 here, but go 5-string to 2-string. C chord to a G chord. The G chord is going to be really easy. You're just going to fret 1 string, the 6-string 5 fret with your ring finger. And then the 4th chord of the course is a D chord, which we will make by opening the 6th string. We want that low 6th string out. 2nd finger will go to the 5-string 2 fret. Your 4th string will be open, and then then ring finger will go on the 3-string 2 fret. And you can hear Jason Isbell hammer on to the 3-string 2 fret there with that finger. Okay, I need to cut in one more time on the idea of this D. While you could just make it with those 2 fingers, after thinking about it more, since our 2nd string is still at a B, it would make more sense to just go ahead and put your pinky or ring finger down on the 2nd string 3rd fret so that you've got a bit more of a D sound there, as opposed to trying to avoid the open 2nd string altogether, because that 2nd string, we don't want that to ring out. So just go ahead and put your pinky finger down or ring finger down on the 2nd string 3rd fret to make this D in the chorus. And then it repeats A minor up to the C, down to the G, to the D. And then it repeats back to the verse. Alright, so I think that's it. Those are the chords and the movements to St. Peter's Autograph by Jason Isbell. Hopefully this gives you an idea of how to approach the song.